What's up, family? Welcome to Analytical Chaos.
Hey everyone, I'm Crystal and I go by C Morgan. How are you doing tonight?
And I'm King. And that was a sound that we didn't want to hear, but it came on anyway. So I don't know what's going on. But anyway, we're going to keep going. All right. Hey, first show. It is what it is. So listen, what we like to do, we like to start by prayer. So we're going to go to the Father. Father God, we thank you for this time you set aside for us to come on here and share some great things with the people. Let it empower them. Let it heal them. Let it make them laugh. Let them leave different. Let them leave recharged. Let them leave with the power. We yield this whole show to you. We do it unto you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Okay,
Amen.
see, you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
You know what? See, I want to talk about something that was a very, speaking of gospel world, that was shocked everybody in the gospel world. I want to talk about this right here.
What you had?
Kanye West is the number one gospel artist. Matter of fact, he's number one through 20. He took the whole chart. Kanye West. And I've been seeing I've been looking at Instagram. A lot of gospel singers are like on the fence, but the main ones are saying stuff like, yo, it is what it is. Step your game up. My thing it is, if you lifting up God, what can be wrong with that? What you think?
Well, true. I mean, if it's speaking a word, if it's connecting, especially to the younger generation,
Yeah,
it's still touching his word, it's still touching the hearts, sort of following,
yeah.
inspiring somebody. Don't say anything is utterly wrong with it.
Right. My thing it is, yo, this man went from one end and he came over. A lot of people don't. That was in his shoes. They don't. And then again, you gotta think about the stuff he's been through. That's why I say we gotta be careful when we put our mouth on people. We don't know what they've been through personally. The only thing you can see is a glimpse of his life that you see on TV. But it is what it is. So let's get started. See, let's go. Let's talk to the people what we came to talk about. The second silent pandemic. Woo. Hope y'all ready for this. We're gonna dig deep. We're gonna talk about some things that are serious, but we also gonna make you laugh a little bit. But we take this serious. We really believe in empowering women through educating men. So, see what we got for them about the second silent pandemic.
Well, the second silent pandemic that's going on that's not really talked about that actually started even back with Katrina, it basically is the sexual violence that's not really talked about quite a bit. It's actually increased by 45%. And this is from the Harvard School of Primary Care. They talk about this, you
Wow.
know, and it comes from the stressful period of people being feeling helpless. They're losing things, the stress, the fear, and the sexual assault violence, it increases when there's state of emergencies and things tend to happen when it takes stuff out of people's life. And those risk factors that continue and go on with it, it actually perpetuates even more higher risk for violence to occur among women, is what it does.
So it's the
And it's
women that
crazy that we're still in it.
so it's the women that's getting mostly affected by this. The women.
A lot of women. I mean, of course, you have some minors, but it's mainly females is what's affected by it.
Mm. You know, thing about it is in this not new society about how they give women slack about being aggressive or being this. When you look at things like this, you can see why a woman would be on guard about how she carry herself and who she's around. And so, but they call it the second silent pandemic.
Yeah, because it's not talked about. All you hear, and this is during COVID, all you hear is about COVID. Now you're hearing more about the vaccine and how the people not getting vaccinated that's injuring the population, I guess you can say. I mean, so you have the pros and cons of why you should and why you shouldn't. You always see
Right.
those stats, but you're not hearing about this. And it comes from, this conflict. It's also a health crisis, along with going on with the COVID and the different strains that we're having even more today.
Right.
What's going on? So
Right.
even and then not having they don't have enough, as some use the rape crisis centers. They don't have enough funds sometimes to actually help people And that's, coming in and working and stuff that, that we do to help them with some of these traumas, some of these long-term effects that affect the women being, I mean, it can be in starting their childhood and it travels even to their adulthood. But even now, like I said, with the increase in the pandemic, it affects any age. And it's sad to say no one really is safe from that in that sense until you're educated and to become aware and how you can heal from this.
The thing about it is, it's amazing how they put so much more emphasis on other things than protecting women. And yeah, granted, it's some men that's doing it, they not saying that, but it's mostly women that are falling victim to this. And young women that are falling victim to this. As a matter of fact, let's go to these stats we found. Break these stats down for them, see.
Well, when the first one where it says 95, it's a likelihood of a person suffers from the suicidal depression thoughts that increases after sexual violence. These are like the mental and the trauma that one will acquire when this trauma occurs. 94% of the women, they're raped, they have the rape symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder. During 2 weeks after following it. Now, and it's not always good. It's not always easy to talk about it either. So is that 2 weeks that may sometimes when they decide to speak after that 2 weeks, but sometimes that woman may feel ashamed and not even speak about it, or they may feel it's their fault, depending on the age and where the mentality where they're at when something occurs. For that, then 30% of the women they report the symptoms of the PTSD. 9 months after the rape, 33% of the women who rape they contemplate suicide before them because at times they feel like their body is dirty, they're not sure where to go, and they may be trying to reach out but not getting the resources that they need to help them, or sometimes they don't even have a good support system, or they may feel they're not even going to be believed if they do actually admit and say this has occurred of them. And the 13% of the women, who are raped, they attempt to attempt suicide. Then we have approximately 70% of rape or sexual assault victim experience moderate to severe distress, which is a large percentage of them more than any other violent crime rate that we have.
Whew. Wow. Them horrific numbers though. That's like, and then the thing about it with me, that's not to get on this bandwagon or nothing, but for me, when I see stuff like this is why I'm more or less upset when I hear stupid stuff like about a woman this, a woman should be catering to a man this, a woman should be doing this to a man. A woman, bruh, we need to fix this though. We need to help the woman, the women. Like I said, them some high percentages. Them not low percentages. And then let's be real, that's not all because it's women that are quiet, and we found that stuff out too. I mean, I know we got a routine to go, but listen, let's jump to when military. Let's go there. Let's go there.
Well, there's nearly 20,000 sexual assaults that are reported in the military since last year. The study of the level of the sexual assault when the military from this 2010, they revealed that sexual violence stats it showed a figure of 3.5%. Oh, excuse me, 3,572 of them, which were only a quarter that took place during deployment in the combat zone. The study reported in 2019 and the sexual assault stats showed that 19,000 sexual assaults had now been taking place in the military.
Women trying to protect the country but getting raped. Then they got to be quiet if they get raped. They can't say nothing. See,
Yeah, and I've had experience, people in my circle, and I've heard even working with women that when they were even in boot camp, they were raped and they were threatened. If you say something, you're going to be put back. You're going to have to start boot camp all over again. A lot of times, the women that did say something, they became targets. Also, in the military, they were shamed, and that's why a lot of women wouldn't even speak up.
yeah, let me tell you something. I'm gonna share personally. Y'all who know me know I'm transparent. Let me tell you something. Boot camp is hard. I got set back in training 3 times, and for me as a man, it was hard, mentally hard. So you telling me that a woman not only physically, mentally, but then get raped, trauma plus trauma before she even get out to what she went in there for, and that's to stand up for the great U.S. of A. But they getting raped. I'm gonna hold my peace. See, because you know where I'm about to go in a minute, but I'm not gonna go there right now. Let's get the analyticals out the way. Then we'll get to the chaos part. We're gonna get the analyticals out the way first. But I'm telling you right now, I'm going somewhere. We gonna keep on sticking with the analyticals. Listen, let's talk about the repercussions of this. Cause we did our research, so we ain't on here just telling y'all what we think. We got to research, and let's let's look at that. Let's look at that. So
Some of
say that.
I mean, some of the long-term effects that happens with them.
Yeah, let's jump down here to the effective victim relationship with family, friends, and coworkers.
Right, and the coworkers,
Yeah,
38% of victims of the sexual violence they experience at work or school problems, which can include significant problems with a boss, coworker, or fear. So sometimes when you're being at work, something may trigger, and they might not always know, but it's something, even the environment, or maybe an action, or maybe just like a slight touch on the shoulder, it can trigger what has occurred that maybe they not have talked about, their trauma that they have. 37% experience family and friend problems, including getting into arguments more frequently than before, not feeling able to trust their family and friends, or not feeling as close to them as they are before the crime because they feel isolated. They're trying to deal with the trauma that has happened. And how, if they haven't talked about it, they're trying to understand, how can I talk about it? What exactly am I feeling? What can I do? Was it my fault? All those different feelings start and thoughts come into play with the women that go through this experience. 84% of survivors who were victimized by an intimate partner experienced professional or emotional issues, including the moderate to severe distress or increased problems at work or school. And many of us have dual roles. Many of us go to school and work. So that or becomes and. So it's affecting two things that we're doing. And we were doing that sometimes while we're trying to sustain a family, or if we're on our own trying to build and get to our future and reach our goals, what we're having to do. Then we have 79% of the survivors who were victimized by the family member, close friend, or an acquaintance experience professional or emotional issues also. This again includes a moderate to severe distress or increased problems at work or school. Then the last one we have is the 67% of survivors who were victimized by a stranger experience professional or emotional issues, including, again, moderate to severe distress or increased problems at work or school,
and
is
then
what they do.
see, we skipped all that. This is my fault. They 3 or 4 times more likely to use marijuana, 6 times more likely to use cocaine, 10 times more likely to use any other major drugs. Why? Because they are trying to forget. They're trying
Forgetting numb.
and numb.
Mhm.
See, this is, like I said, this is for those who just joined us, this is the second silent pandemic. Women, women been sexually assaulted and having to deal with this. But forget it, it's time to go. See, listen,
Go ahead.
since it's the second silent pandemic, I address it this way. The answer though, the vaccine for this is to tell a woman she's not worthy of certain things. What? Let me be transparent. I have been in relationships with women. First off, let me start off with my mama. I love my mama. My mama raised me and my brother as a single parent. And so now I take it personal when I hear any man talk about a mother with kids or a woman with kids will not find, is not worthy of a wife or worthy of a husband or worthy of a relationship. I take it personal because I feel like you're talking about my mama. I'm old school. You talk about my mom, we're gonna do something. I pray for you afterwards for your healing. But I'm just old school. So I do take it really personal but this is the vaccine they're using. And you know what? See, the vaccine was WMA approved. This vaccine that they're using for this second silent pandemic. You know what WMA stand for, see?
No, tell me.
Weak Man Association approved this vaccine that they're using to attack these women, because it's a weak man that would tell a woman she's unqualified because of her circumstances. Now, we can see openly a woman that has kids, a woman that, has an attitude, or a woman that's, is speaking back or whatever they want to say, how they want to say it, but we don't know what's going on internally. And that's what we missing. We don't take time out to ask the real questions. I hear these people talking about, I'm gonna go three deep, three questions deep. Nah, you gotta go deeper than that. Because first of all, a woman's gonna be on guard off top, because look at these stats, see? And this ain't even the people, this not all the people though. Not everybody saying anything. But yet it's
Yeah,
still,
and it's not just here. It's all around. It's not just the US. It's all around of the men being uneducated and how their thoughts on some things.
that's the word you wanna go with, uneducated? You wanna go with uneducated?
They are uneducated too.
Okay, that's the analytical. Let me say the chaotic way. Men are being stupid and ignorant. Period, point blank. That's the chaotic way of saying it. Because whenever it's selfish. And think about it is, I used to be that man. Let me talk about me, because I don't want people to think I'm just male back. I talk about me. I used to be that man. Me and you talked about earlier this week about Napoleon Hill in Think and Grow Rich, how he wrote about, I hate saying this word, transmutation.
Transmutation.
Yeah,
Yes.
transmutation of the sexual desire in men. If they would apply it to business, they would be unstoppable. Because whenever you think about the sexual energy that a man has and what he would do to get the sex, it's beyond real. He's creative. Okay, I was creative. I was persistent. I would say whatever I needed to say to make sure we grown that I bust a nut. But I never thought, for once, that would cause a traumatic experience for that female that I was with. And people say, "Oh man, you making this too serious, man. You making this too serious. You taking this too serious." No, seriously. If you was here, you heard the stats now. If a woman felt safe with me, then all of a sudden she figured out that I'm just there for the nut and on. Here we go again. I'm reliving her. She's reliving that whole thing again. I may not have forced myself on her, but I did take something from her that she didn't. She thought she didn't want to give me, because she wanted to give it to the person who she thought she was gonna stay. And I'm gonna address something else too, but I won't let C talk, because see, I'm feeling myself go before time, and we still got a little minute left. We got 30 minutes left, so I'm gonna digress. See, what is your thoughts on though when you hear that statement, being that you are a mother as well, highly educated, business minded, just when you hear men say that because of a woman having different baby daddies that she don't qualify for certain men, or she don't qualify for marriage, what is your thoughts on that? What is your feelings on
Well, the qualifying for marriage, that's a different commitment you have with somebody. I don't think if you have children by different people, I don't think that disqualifies you or counts you out that you're not a good woman.
it? Uh-huh.
Many relationships that you go through, there might not have been a healthy one. So you got the courage to get out of that relationship. Sometimes they're young when the women have started having kids. They're too young at times too. So I don't agree with that. I mean, but you have both sides to it. You do have some that give that connotation of, yeah, women don't, some don't believe that. I mean, you have some that aren't mature. You have some that aren't aware of themselves. You have them not taking time to self development, some self awareness. And then also, when it comes to that other trauma that comes with that we talked about, some of that, they're not being healed. They don't know how to heal in that sense. So they may be attracting the same type of man that is continuing to not hear them, to tear them down because it's comfortable and usual at times. Or they just, like I said, don't have the education. Or the male that they're with that comes in is never even experienced that trauma, never ever experienced maybe how this person is in behaving. Maybe he can be not mature or self-development, looking into things better. It depends where your goals are, where your mindset is at, honestly, when I hear that type. So you have to keep your surrounding around people who are positive, that can uplift you and get you where you want to be. It is at times, yes, easier said than done. I
Mm.
can agree with that. I've been through some of that before. It's not always easy to get out of some situations because you got to think, especially as you said, as a mother at times. Sometimes you got to think, okay, how am I in a situation? What resources do I have? What was I want to keep my kids stable? I don't want to cause them trauma by me doing something. So then there you have the mom not wanting to hinder the kids. So that can be guilt on her for feeling like she's doing something, she's causing trauma to her kids. So it's other factors that actually come into play when it comes to all those type of things that women do. And it's not, and it's single, it can be single mothers, and this applies to people who are in a partnership or even a marriage at time. This affects no matter what type of relationship you're in. It's just how are you going to wrap your head around it and move forward so you can flourish and be more fruitful and be more change that mindset and address that trauma that you have been that you're dealing with at times, and find someone that you can trust and really open up, because it's going to rot you inside out if you don't get it out and deal with that little bit of healing as you go.
Well, see, that's great analogy, but that go both ways though. Because if a man don't deal with it, and again, I use me, hey, because I don't need no man talking about, you lying. Okay, I know what I'm talking about, so let me show you. What you said was so true. I myself had encountered women that were like that. They didn't have the education, that they know them education of themselves, not education as far as book smarts and all that stuff, but also had personal trauma with themselves. And they
True.
encountered me that was already jacked up too. I had voids also. I didn't deal with my voids, so I linked my, like you said, we attract broken people, attract broken people, hurt people attract hurting
Mhm.
people, and so when you attract and you don't know, all you're doing is hurting each other. And I didn't know, so I have attracted women, successful women, like women that would had their own thing, but they was had voids though from trauma in their past that they never dealt with. So here I go,
Mhm.
being the one that they expecting to protect because I'm the man, I'm supposed to lead, I'm supposed to guide, I'm supposed to encourage, I'm supposed to build up, but I'm jacked up. So I can't, how can I do these things that I can't even do for myself? It goes to say, if I can't love me, how can I love somebody else? And I don't, all I
True.
was doing was hurting me, so I hurt them. And so my thing of it is, if we go on this whole thing, yes, I believe women, yes, learn yourself. But men, bro, you jacked up too. You got trauma too. But the difference between men and women, the women are saying something. The women are saying I'm hurting. The women are saying I had this happen to me. I had this. The men are saying nothing. What they're doing is they're quiet, silently, and then they're taking it and releasing it to the woman. I did it. I was going through stuff. I knew she was going through something, but I wasn't gonna tell her I was going through nothing because I was insecure and I had voids. And she actually 9 times out of 10, the woman that I was with was filling that void. So I thought. But the only thing happened is I made her worse and me worse. And I kept repeating this cycle. It wasn't until I got a revelation from God that you gotta stop that. So you are absolutely right to say that yes, a woman needs to fix herself, do all that, but a man does too. You can't expect
Mhm.
you can't expect to come into a relationship and you jacked up, and then when that woman call you out on it, it's something wrong with her. When in actuality, she could be helping you to get better so that y'all both can thrive and grow. Ideally, you both want to be whole and you know what I'm saying, when you come together, but realistically, that doesn't happen. That's just it just don't. I mean, okay, unless see you laughing at me. What you know something I don't. Tell me.
No, I'm not laughing at you. I'm not laughing at you, but I'm saying, yeah, you saying, you said realistic, it don't happen. It doesn't happen often. It doesn't happen often in the mindsets when people are trying to get better. They're not trying to be aware. Sometimes you can only help those who want to help themselves
Right.
at times when they're being caught out. And even with the stats, there's not a lot of men stats. The reason why that there's more, the higher percentage of women, because women will go report it. Men don't report it. And at times, and if a man walks in and say that they have been sexually assaulted, it's not always believable and it's frowned upon, which is not right in a balance of society with the genders. That's not correct, but that's why you see more stats of women because they're coming forward. They can actually track it. It's not always that men don't come forward like you said. They keep it within. And it tears both down. I mean, you both lose, but you both have to come together. Somebody, especially if you're in a relationship, you have to come together in some type of understanding. You have to create that safe and secure ground to speak on it. Then maybe you both can begin to heal in that aspect. If you're by yourself, that doesn't mean you don't have support. There are resources in the community and places where you can do that. You can get that help for that. And the biggest thing I'll say is don't be afraid to further and heal yourself because it's you that have to do it. There's no one else can do that for you. They can help you get there, but you have to take the first step to want that healing and move forward and alleviate that root from the inside of you.
Yeah, that's true. You definitely have to take the first step. What do we use though? I mean, what are the outlets that we can use? We can use, like I said, me and you, we're life coaches, and we got a team of life coaches. I'm not supposed to go there yet. See, I know what you think I'm about to do. I'm not going there yet, but we have a team of life coaches. Most people want to go to therapists. That's all good too. But my thing of it is, men. I'm talking to men. Do something to deal with that inside. Do you know? And I forgot to do the stats on this. The men that kill themselves is higher than I did the research. It's higher than the world combined. Men killing themselves and attempting it. That percentage is higher than combining all the world together. Because that quietness that men do, and we was taught this. Like I say this all the time. We was taught as little boys that if we hurt ourselves or do anything with pain, that you better not cry. So in other words, they was teaching us growing up, don't show your emotions of vulnerability, but show your emotions of anger because they say, be a man, toughen up, be a man. And you give me the aggressiveness, and then you also say, be a man, get all the women you can. So you give me aggression and sex. And we said earlier, the transmutation of that energy,
Yes.
that sexual energy into something constructive will make you great. Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. You go read it. It's a great book to read. So you got that, and then you got a man that grows as a grown man, as I was, as myself. I'm a grown man. I know how to be aggressive. I know how to have sex, but I don't know how to show my emotions of vulnerability. You talked about men don't talk about being molested. Perfect example. 7 years old, I'm molested by two women. Two women. So I'm introduced to something that I should never been introduced to at 6 or 7 years old. So, but what did I do though? I don't say nothing. Why? Because I was told I better not cry. I sure can't go to my mama and say this happened because my mama said if anybody ever touched me, she was gonna kill him. I don't want to lose my mama. I'm smart enough to know that if I tell my mama she going to jail and she not gonna be with me, so I hold that in. So I hold that in, and then my dad not there. Never seen him. He died before I got a chance to meet him. I hold that in. What happens though? Them boys, I look to be filled in a woman. And like you said, we connect to what we are. So I connect to a woman who got voids. Me and her voids together is chaos. We're hurting one another.
Yes.
We both are toxic. It is neither one of our fault. It's just that some things we don't know how to deal with. And in the black community, you ain't going to no therapist. You supposed to go to church and God lay hands on you. Hallelujah, I'm healed. No. I ain't going there yet. See, I'm about to leave, but I'm gonna come on back. I'm about to leave. I'm gonna come back. I'm trying to stay right here. I want to stay right here.
But but in the with going to church at times, church is a healing for some. May not be for all, but it is for some and an outlet, especially when they're faith. They can't get it that way.
Right. You know what? Forget it. Let's go. Forget it. Check this out. This is how this gonna go. I'm gonna run it down real quick till you gave me 10 minutes. Church is a place of healing. I got my healing, but it's not the church though. It's not the building. It's the personal relationship with God. Like I said, before I go on this rant, This chaotic thing I'm about to do, let me let you know. You may not rock with God like I rock with God. That's okay. But let me just give you this. I rock with God, and the reason why I'm able to say this and the reason I'm able to speak on this because God is the one who delivered me from the voids, the hurt, and all this thing. God's the one who checked me about God, his daughters, and not being able to do what I was doing to his daughters. Now, this is my thing. And I'm going to say this, and we're going to go back to the vaccine. The vaccine that men are using today for what we just read about the second pandemic, silent pandemic, is sex. And then if a woman has multiple kids, I was just sharing this with somebody the other day. They was talking about something. Yeah, well, she got 3 kids by 3 different baby dads. What? Okay, if the kids is 2, 6, 8, or 2, 6, 10, 2, 6, 12, this woman now believe, because I was in a relationship. Hey, I love being transparent. I was with a woman who had 2 kids. I was with a woman who had 5 kids, and both of these women are very successful today. I was the problem because I was laying with them and I wasn't ready. What they wanted, I wasn't willing to give, and they wanted me complete. I was giving them a piece of me, and so it wasn't their fault. So let's just do the scenario. The one who had 2 kids, say she got pregnant, then she got 3 baby daddies because y'all can see we're not together. I'm about to get married, so we're not together. So she got 3 different baby daddies, and so now is she worthless? No. Guess who's worthless? The men, because we don't want to put on condoms. Because we say that the condom's too tight. And so we don't know how to control our nut. So we don't pull out. So what happens is the repercussions of us not pulling out, us not want to wear a condom, they get kids. So when they get kids, then it's like, okay, something wrong with them. No, it's something wrong with us because we don't know how to control our penis. Yo, it's real. This is dishonest. So that's why I get upset when I hear this crap about a woman can't have a high value man, or a woman can't be married because she got multiple kids. Man, miss me with that. The woman can have whatever she wants because God created the woman. Again, I tell men this: woman, God pulled the woman from Adam's rib, his side. He didn't pull a woman from Adam's asshole. Sorry, mama, he didn't. So she ain't meant to be behind you. She meant to be beside you. But check this out. Let's go deeper. He pulled her from the rib. What does the rib do, fellas? It protects your vital organs. So what that mean? Oh, wow. He gave you a woman to help you. Help you in your sensitive things. Help you with your things that you're going through. Protect you. Protect the vital things about you. But you got it twisted and think it's the other way around. Listen to me, and I'm going to end this. I'm going to go off my rant because I ain't got number 2 seconds left. Women are helpmates, according to the Bible. If I go ask somebody to help me move a table, I'm going to ask them based on the thought of they strong as me or stronger than me. So if God say a woman is a helpmate, wake up. She's strong as you or she's stronger than you. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I believe you leave mother and wife, you get one wife. That's my stance. One wife. I don't need 2. One. All I need is 1. That's my stand. I'm through. See, I ain't gonna go no more. I don't think. Unless you say something to trigger me. I don't know.
No, something that you said when you were saying the pieces of you are broken, how you're filling those voids, and you're going to do that using, sex. It's similar, like Tupac's like, some people use sex as a way of leaving hell, and that's where that desire comes from. If they use that desire and that transmutation to go ahead and drive.
Right.
In a positive, I would say in a positive manner, not taking it out on the woman, not affecting a woman unnecessarily with trauma or even children, at that expense actually of them, before that they can use that same thing and move towards the goals, move towards what is it causing that void. If they use that same demeanor, that same energy, and funnel it to fulfilling that void in a positive sense and healing, and it will be less, sexual assaults on women, on people in general. But like I said, the stats that we have is for the woman. And the other thing, when you're saying that, the woman, she ends up getting pregnant and not controlling their ejaculation that they have, the woman will keep the baby because sometimes they don't want abortion. That's something that's in the news right now. I'm not pro-murder at all. I'm pro-choice. They have a choice because in the instance of things that we're talking about now, if you're sexually assaulted, before that, and then you're being made to carry that baby. That's traumatic all the way. You're going to relive that for the rest of your life, seeing this child, and you may treat this child, you may highly likely mistreat this child because it's associated with the trauma that you had, and you made to keep this choice of having this child. Though there should be some exceptions to that. I'm not saying, it should be used, like I said, I'm not getting on the whole topic of abortion. I don't think it should be used as birth control. By all means, I don't believe that at all. But I mean, when things of this type of horrific nature occur, I think there should be a choice of what a female, should be able to do with her body and the aspects of it. When it comes to the energy with the man, the same thing with the male. Everyone should value their bodies as temples as they are.
Right.
You sitting there and letting things happen when you have no control, to me, is more horrific when you having the choice to do that. Having that choice, you can deal with regrets and what comes with it because it was your choice, but you taking that whole choice away, it goes to a different level, a different intensity of your mind, of the long-term effects that happen from when this does occur in your life. Now you're saying, what can we do? There are resources out there. There's community resources. You mentioned a therapist. Yes, a therapist, they focus on your past stuff to heal the future. You have the therapist. There's therapists too. There are also not the regular therapists that you have. You have therapists that use art therapy, whatever you like that can help you get through your type of healing. But you also have to find the right person. Don't just because, and I know sometimes insurance is a reason. Sometimes people don't have the means to that, but there are some nonprofits out there that are there to help you, that are there that want to heal you. If there's someone in your close-knit circle that you can trust and tell this to, have them go with you, be your support for that. There are churches. Then I said there are other organizations in the community. You can Google them. You can look them up. I mean, and it's not bad. And people go away from when they hear mental illness or I have an issue. It's mental wellness. Find your mental wellness for you to thrive every day, not just surviving, but also to thrive.
Yeah, that's true. Let me I just noticed the chat. See, I forgot about the chat. Let me shout out to all our family. It seems like our whole family have showed up in the okay, Bridget, CJ, Visati, my brother KG, Latoya, Alicia, all of them says hey. I know you can't see it, but they all say hey. Hey y'all, good to you to
Hey,
show up and
everybody.
support us. That's our family. We're gonna highlight y'all in just a minute. But see, I want to go back to something you said. And now you know what? I didn't even calculate that. You just triggered something else. That's your fault if I go left again.
Okay, what
You
you
said
got?
something that was so powerful. You are left with the choice, if it's traumatic, to have a baby and then carry that baby. The man leaves. The man don't have to be there. Take it for somebody. Again, I'm transparent. I didn't start off right with my boys. I wasn't there. I was what they consider a deadbeat dad, is that what you want to call it? But thank God he allowed me to be reinstated with my boys, and now we got a great relationship. Moms, and we all good. But the women have to make a choice to keep the baby. And then when they keep the baby, and let's not even deal with traumatic thing. Let's not even deal with that. Let's deal with the fact that they thought this relationship was gonna work out. They thought this was gonna be forever, and they decide and they end up with a baby. And they say they think that 3 times. So they got 3 different baby daddies. We're punishing a woman though for doing something that is admirable. Because yet and still, even though the relationship didn't work out, they still kept the baby. And they still raising the baby. So, like, this value of these WMA, weak men associations, is confusing to me. I'm okay. I'm not. Yes, I am. See, this is confusing to me. See, it's confusing. See, it's confusing to me. I'm sorry. One more time and I'm done. See, this is what's confusing to me. First of all, I'm gonna go here with it. Let me go biblical. Let me get righteous. Check this out. The Pharisees and the Sadducees, how these high-value men and people are acting right now, they went and found a woman caught in adultery and brought her to Jesus. Check me out now. They caught the woman in adultery. I've never seen a person be in adultery by themselves. Where was the man? But they didn't bring the man. They brought the woman. They set the woman before Jesus naked. Follow me in your spiritual mind. They set the man in there set the woman before Jesus naked. So they put the woman in front of Jesus with shame. Jesus said, well, he wrote down, I believe he wrote down everybody, this is my opinion, I believe he wrote in the sand how many people in that audience was committing adultery themselves. After he got up, he said, he without sin cast the first stone. As you know, you may not read this story, let me make it plain for you. Nobody could cast a stone because all of them was guilty of some kind of sin. The only one man that could judge her, that can say she ain't worthy of this, she ain't worthy of that, looked at her and said, where are your accusers at? She said, I have none. And the one very man that could accuse her, that could bring her down, or could give her more shame that she already had, looked at her and said, neither do I. Go sin no more. So you mean to tell me if Jesus can look at a woman that was caught in adultery, because it's type and shadow of this right here, because if you check Jesus' lineage, he had strippers, he had all different type of women in his lineage. So he was trying to tell us for right now that no matter what a woman is caught in or what a woman has done, she's still valuable. But so somehow these weak men have lost their mind and don't understand that if God himself say no matter what a woman is caught in, whether she have 10 kids, 20 kids, been on a pole, been a prostitute, whatever, if God himself say she's still valuable, how in the world am I going to listen to you, your weak self, tell me this woman ain't valuable? I just want to know. See, you can answer that. You can answer that. See, I'm done, man. They pissing me off. See, I think about my mama, man. I'm being real with you, see. I think about my mama. You telling about, to me, you talk about my mama. Because my mama raised me and my brother. My brother's very successful in Wells Fargo. I'm an entrepreneur, very successful. So you telling me my mama ain't valuable? Man, go to hell. Sorry, mama. I'm okay. I'm back. See, you got it. Go. Let's talk about how to help people. Let's talk about how to help them when they
How to help them?
Yeah.
It's helping them.
Go ahead. Analytical time.
Helping them is, helping themselves also, with the networking things that the people that we work with also. But I would say, one thing, how you went into the point of it is a lot of single women that are out there, raising the kids and saying they're worthy. And I would stress big time, for the women when they feel that way, have your affirmations and know that you are worthy and you are masterpieces. You may feel imperfect right now, but you're still masterpieces. After those pieces are on the ground, you're still a masterpiece, because you have to take those pieces, pick them up, and just mold it into your other new masterpiece that you have. And it's not even new. It's just you're growing. You're shedding something off. You're healing. It's your healing. You're going to have many masterpieces, and they're going to get bigger and they're going to grow as you heal, as you empower yourself more. Deep inside, you have to go inside and really look at some things and subjects that, even what we're talking about now, they can seem dark, but there is a light in between that darkness. And that is your healing when it begins to sprout and grow within inside you. That does going on. And you asked me about the men that you say, the WMA, what you say, with them, and they have to take
association. You can say it. Don't worry. You call it WMA.
Yes,
Weak Men Association. Hey, if you on here and you watching, you don't like me, that's great. I need you to go subscribe and go get the rest of your weak men brothers and tell them to come subscribe to the channel, because I need a table. And the only way I'm going to get a table if I have haters. So please, by all means, go get the rest of your weak men. If you feel like what I've said has offended you, go get the rest of them and tell them this is what I'm saying, because I'm going to keep saying it every single time whenever you try to discredit a woman because you dropped the ball as far as a man supposed to be protected. We dropped the ball. We was groomed to be protecting women. We was groomed to lead women. We was groomed to encourage women, to build them up, but we dropped the ball. So you're getting upset because we dropped the ball and you're trying to blame the wrong person. Go get a mirror. I did it. You can do it. I went and got a mirror and realized it ain't the women, it's me. It's my morals. It's my jacked up self that I was. And I had to go figure it out. So you weak men, you can be strong, but you got to be real and be honest. I haven't never seen in my life that we celebrate a man that turns down a woman and he win an argument. What kind of crap is that? Like, that is crazy. Okay, weak men is what that is. Weak men. All right, see, I'm
Right. And
being.
I wouldn't even say, I think it's a weak part of a man, is what I'm even further and go depth in that. In different areas, they can be strong in some areas, but they can be weak in their aspect of. I wouldn't say weak; they need to develop more in their aspect of emotions and expressing themselves. And it's sometimes not even. I wouldn't even call them weak to that degree. In that sense, it's just how to help them understand, help them. They have to have the right person, just like the woman going through her trauma. They have to have the right person that they can confide in and that will uplift them and provide that safe and secure security that you're saying that man's supposed to provide for the woman. The woman has to provide that for the man too. That does go both ways, because if you're still toxic, two toxic mixtures going together, you're not getting enough to set more poison. So that does go both ways in that aspect of that. So it's just having that platform, having
I
that
can see.
support and able and awareness.
I can see that. See, I can see that.
Yes.
Honestly, but let me tell you something though. When is it? How I say this? I say it this way. I had to stop making that excuse. What you just said. Oh, I'm just weak in this area. Oh, I'm just weak in this area, but I'm strong in this area, so I can keep going, but I can just let this area stay weak. No, I had to own the fact that I'm not fulfilling my stuff,
I didn't
my
say
purpose.
stay weak.
No,
I
no,
didn't
no,
say
no, no,
stay
no. I
weak.
heard you say it. I'm
Okay, I
weak
was
in
like, I
this
didn't
area.
say stay
No, I
weak.
know you said didn't say, but I'm just saying I'm sticking with the weak man. You giving the analytical. I'm gonna give the chaotic. I'm sticking with weak men association because I had to accept the
Okay.
fact that what I was doing was unacceptable. My brother on here, KG would tell you, and man, if boy, woo, he would tell you it was sometimes, no, a lot of times that he literally told me, man up. For real. He
Yeah.
told me many times, be independent. How you gonna get somewhere if you're not independent? How you gonna leave her if you're not independent? You don't know how to be independent by yourself. And I wasn't listening to him. But he was telling me the truth, but I wasn't listening to him because I wanted to stay weak. And that's what it was. I wanted to stay dependent on a woman. See? I wanted her to keep paying my bills. See? I wanted her to keep giving me sex when I want it. I wanted her to do. That's weak all day, every day. And I can admit that's what I was. And it went to
Right. But then you had to learn, you're learning who you are to learn who you've been told to be and who they feel they should be by others.
right, right. I agree. I agree. I ain't gonna interrupt your analytical stuff no more. I'm gonna leave you alone. Go
No,
ahead.
you're fine with that. We're going back and forth. It's good because
Give the
it's a
people.
balance.
Listen, give the people. Cause we got. Dang boy, this hour went by fast. See, because we got 10 minutes. Then we're gonna have to go to the highlight. But see, I don't want the people to leave here, the men either or the women to leave here without a solid action step. You know what I'm saying? If you are, for men, I say this. I may have yelled at you. It's all right, man up. For me, two ways you can do this. Now, if you want to go biblical, I say develop a relationship with God, get with somebody, you know what I'm saying, to help you walk you through, disciple you. That's one way. But if you want to do it and you feel like, you don't need God, which is, that's your thing, I say it is. Get an accountability partner then. Get somebody who's going to tell you the truth. Get somebody who's going to tell you that your doo-doo stink, that you wrong. Like I got, as a matter of fact, one of my accountability partners on here too. Oh, and shout out to my fiance. She's on here. Hey, sweetie. She done heard some secrets. No, I'm just playing. But I tell her everything. Get somebody that's going to hold your feet to the fire. Because at the end of the day, you got to want to be better. I know, listen, even when I was in that state, it was times I cried that I wanted to be better, but I just didn't know how. So find somebody who know how to lead you to be better. Like I said, I'm a life coach. We're going to go through all this in a minute. A life coach, a therapist. If you want to go to, get you is a psychologist, one of those things. You want to go get one of those, whatever your
There's
preference
both
is.
psychologists and psychiatrists.
Yeah, one of those preferences. You do that. But do something, though. Don't stay the same. There's no reason why you would want to stay what you are. if you in a bad state, and if you don't have a respect, and it's just from the heart. I'm serious. I may be yelling, but I'm telling you this out of love though. If you don't have a respect for a woman, to build a woman, to nurture a woman, to encourage a woman, and you're in a relationship, end the relationship. Because all you're doing is hurting both of you all. And it's toxic. Don't do that. Get yourself together. Start loving you first. Because the only reason you're hurting that person is because you're hurt. You got voids. So fix that in you and then try it. There's nothing wrong with admitting that you're hurting. It's nothing wrong. You don't weak. You're not weak. I promise you're not weak. Take it from somebody who knows. I ain't weak at all. So if you are hurting, and like C said, maybe you're in a relationship with the woman that is like riding for you. Like, yo, you can do this. If that's what you got, then start listening then. Go get help for you first, because you can't do it for her because it ain't going to stick. Go get help for you first, and then y'all come together and build something beautiful. That's my action step. See, your action step.
Mine are similar to yours, but the biggest thing I would say that we do, we are our own enemy. Our own thoughts are our own enemies that we do, and you have to expel them out. My thing, what do you start looking at? What do you like about yourself? What do you love about yourself? What do you do well? Start having that positive energy, that positive mindset when there's times, and nothing wrong is taking a moment for yourself or sitting by yourself to clear your mind and clear your thoughts at times. We all have had trauma. We all still have to heal from trauma. I still have to heal for some trauma. So it's not isolating any group or any person or any gender, going through this. We're all here wanting you to succeed, wanting you to value the life that you have, because it's a gift and a present every day that you do. That's why we are in the present, utilizing that gift that we take in each moment. Because as we know, in the world today and even now, we're not guaranteed tomorrow. Heck, we're not even guaranteed our next minute sometimes in life, because we know what our plan to be, but others who we can't control can take our life from us and take us from who we love in that aspect. So I think have that mindset. What am I going to do today in this moment to make the rest of my life, my journey better? So I'm not sitting here and dwelling in this. Who can I reach out to? What can I do? And that aspect of it is just really love yourself, because you are a gift. You are unique. You are the kings and queens set here on this world to actually uplift and us to work together, not apart, because we do better together instead of individually.
Right. So that's what it is. Listen, I'm glad you all came out. Listen, before we go though, we want to highlight we got a team. Me and C, we are actually a part of. I keep forgetting to see Advanced Insights through Intermetrics. We are certified through Intermetrics. But however, we do have a team though. It's not just me and C. We have a collective team that help bring all this together. And so we want to shout them out while we got a minute before we get up out of here and close it out. So first person is our big sister, Bridget. See,
Yes,
let's talk about our
we have
big
Miss
sister.
Bridget Brown Jackson. Yes, we do. She is a light and a fire within herself. Actually, she's always fun to be around with. She can get you going when you need to be. She is a great inspiration to us, and she's always there when we need her. She's an established author. What she is and her product that she has is Bridget, which is a book that she has also with is her powerful book that she has. And she likes to bridge her community by saying Bridget with it. And she does her book, and her powerful book that she does is to grow as you and to unlock your purpose is what you have. And you can find Bridget at www.bridget, BRIGETTE Brown Jackson.com.
Yes. And then we have these two ladies right here. We call them LA, Latoya and Alicia. These two ladies, they have a Biz and Life Gyms on Friday on Clubhouse at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, also separate though, Latoya Morrison, www.latoriamorrison.com. She actually helped women in business. So she helped women build business. So she's empowering women to start their own business, making them believe that they can do it. And then she helps startups. So it's not just that either. She just don't help just women, but she also helps small startups. Actually, she has helped me with a workbook. It's gonna be phenomenal. You'll see it, and I broadcast it later when it's finished. So you can reach her if you got a small business. You can reach her. She can help you with that. www.totalimagecg.com.
And just with the other was Latoya Morris, not Morrison. Morris.
Yeah, Morris. I'm sorry, I jacked the name up.
More her
Morris.
on that one. Then we have Alicia Savage. Well, we have Alicia. Her mission is to give her clients the support, education, tools, and resources that they need to discover who they are and execute their goals. She takes a proactive approach to being all around healthy and happy. And you can find Alicia at www.aliciasavage.com. And her first name is Alecia, savage.com.
All right, now to the brothers that's on the team. This is our man Chris Jones, better known for us as CJ. His whole goal, his whole mission, this is his heart for real, is to help men climb mountains by showing them that their purpose is linked to their posture. He literally, I'm telling you all, this is what he say every time we on a call. If you fix the man, you fix the world. He literally believes that. And you can reach him on Instagram at i.m.cj907.
All right, we have Carlton Meadows. He's our next one. He's our fitness engineer. He helps give good information on how to be fit. He's an executive fitness and life coach. As one of America's top fitness professionals, he customizes exercise programs that help clients burn fat, build muscles, boost hormones, and break through plateaus. You can find Carlton at www.pro.ideafit.com.
Listen, now this guy here, as y'all can see his picture, man, this is him all the time. Happy. Him. That's his, he's a joy. Listen, check it out. Andre, I'm gonna say this about all the guys, but this guy right here, he really helps me when it comes to speaking. This guy, he can put anything and make it simple for anybody. So I really want y'all to look him up. This is what he does. His whole thing is his community is mindset coaching, changing the way you think about what you do daily. His slogan is health and wealth are the future of my people. His companies are Heavenly Catering International, Catering, Coaching, and Consulting, SOAR, SOAR, Hospitality and Travel. He also is a part of a charter school, YLC, Old School to New School, foster care program. Then it's the Kenza Institute, apprenticeship school for HVAC, culinary, automotive, and medical assistance. He is, listen, this guy is the truth. This is a part of all of our team. This is our team of coaches that we are part of. You may not see them right here, but trust me, they are very vital to our whole organization. It's a team of us. And then we have our very own C. Morgan. We call her the chiropractor. This is what she does.
Yes.
She's the chiropractor. C. Morgan, tell them about your program.
Well, what I do, I'm a personal and business executive coach. What I do in consulting, I specialize in leadership strategists and team development. What I do, you let me know what you need. I try to improve your business for success and product income, and also elevating yourself to a new level.
Right. She does way more than that, but trust me, if you have a problem, she will align you. She has aligned all of us to what we're doing right now.
And then we have you.
Came through. Those of you who came through, we appreciate the love. And we know our support system came through. Sweetie, thank you. I know I didn't you don't have a website, but my fiance, she teaches at a Malcolm X Elementary School. She's changing kids' lives, so I don't want her to feel like I left her out. Hey, how you doing? So, yeah. And C. Morgan, got any last? Yo, you got your slogan down, see? How you want to close out?
No. No.
Yo.
I'm great. I'm great for everybody. I mean, I want everybody to succeed. I want them to learn to love themselves, do best for themselves, basically just love the inner you and exude it out.
Yeah. That's it. That's the thing. Listen, thank y'all for stopping by. It's a 9 o'clock hour. Listen, we'll be back next week. Same time, same channel. Listen, if you loved it, hey, subscribe. If you didn't like it, hey, subscribe. Hey, we need you. I told you. Either way, subscribe. Follow us.
We'll
share
take
it.
both sides of the fence.
Yeah, we take both sides of the fence. We'll read the
Take
negative
both sides of the
comments.
fence.
We'll read the negative comments later. But yo, if you like it, then follow us. Now, time for the benediction.
Let's go to the Father. Father, right now I pray for every single person in this platform. I pray that every single person be successful in everything they put their hands to do. Not success as the world sees, but success as you see it. Let everyone be bold enough to tell their authentic story. Let everyone be bold enough to be their authentic self. Let them speak truth that will set healing in motion for the people who view their profile. Father, I thank you that you have empowered every single person on this platform to be great. I thank you that you have given them the courage to be great. Father, I pray for every single person's courage. Father, that they won't be insecure, but they will be secure in you to tell their truth. Father, they will not be intimidated by the other person's truth, but they will speak their truth, Father. And Father, we thank you right now that their truth will set a healing ablaze for those who need it. Let the people on this platform be true to themselves. Most importantly, be true to you. Father, I thank you that from this day forward, that it will be a success story every day from each and every person on this platform that will set in motion healing, peace, restoration, and fulfillment holistically for the people that view their posts. And Father, I thank you that you set me up to speak this life into these people. I appreciate it, and we give you all the glory. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.